Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a subtle and insidious form of manipulation where the manipulator seeks to undermine the victim's perception of reality. This can involve denying or trivializing the victim's experiences, emotions, or memories, making them doubt their own judgment and sanity. Gaslighters often use tactics such as selective amnesia, deflecting blame, or rewriting history to manipulate the victim's sense of reality and assert control over them. Love bombing. Love bombing is a tactic used by manipulators to overwhelm someone with excessive affection, attention, and flattery in the early stages of a relationship. By showering the victim with love and admiration, the manipulator seeks to create a strong emotional bond and dependency. However, once the victim is emotionally invested, the manipulator may withdraw affection or use it as leverage to control their behavior. Playing the victim. Manipulators may portray themselves as victims in order to elicit sympathy, support, or special treatment from others. They may exaggerate or fabricate stories of victimization to manipulate others' perceptions and gain an advantage in social or interpersonal interactions. Playing the victim allows manipulators to deflect responsibility, avoid accountability, and maintain control over others. Isolation. Isolation is a tactic used to control someone by cutting them off from their support systems, such as friends, family, or other sources of social connection. Manipulators may use tactics such as spreading rumors, alienating the victim from their loved ones, or controlling their access to communication channels to increase dependency and exert control over them. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is a form of emotional manipulation where the manipulator ignores or refuses to communicate with the victim as a means of punishment or control. By withdrawing attention and affection, the manipulator seeks to assert dominance and coerce the victim into compliance or submission. The silent treatment can be emotionally distressing and damaging to the victim's self-esteem and well-being. Guilt tripping. Guilt tripping involves manipulating someone by making them feel guilty or responsible for the manipulator's emotions, actions, or circumstances. Manipulators may use tactics such as blaming, shaming, or invoking past favors to induce feelings of guilt and manipulate the victim into meeting their demands or expectations. Withholding affection. Withholding affection is a tactic used to control someone by depriving them of love, intimacy, or emotional support. Manipulators may use the absence of affection as a form of punishment or reward, depending on the victim's compliance with their wishes. By controlling access to affection, the manipulator seeks to maintain power and control over the victim's emotions and behavior. Triangulation. Triangulation involves creating conflicts or competition between individuals to maintain control over them. Manipulators may use tactics such as spreading rumors, playing one person against another, or instigating jealousy to undermine relationships and assert dominance. Triangulation can create tension, mistrust, and division within groups or relationships, making it easier for the manipulator to manipulate and control others. False promises. False promises involve making commitments or assurances with no intention of fulfilling them to manipulate someone's behavior or emotions. Manipulators may use promises of love, success, or rewards to gain trust and compliance from their victims, only to break their promises or fail to deliver on their commitments. False promises can erode trust, create dependency, and leave the victim feeling betrayed and manipulated. Shaming. Shaming is a tactic used to manipulate someone by attacking their self-esteem, dignity, or reputation. Manipulators may use tactics such as ridicule, humiliation, or criticism to make the victim feel ashamed or inadequate. By undermining the victim's self-confidence and sense of worth, the manipulator seeks to exert control over their emotions and behavior. Flattery. Flattery involves using excessive praise, compliments, or admiration to manipulate someone's emotions or behavior. Manipulators may use flattery to gain favor, influence decisions, or manipulate the victim's self-esteem. By appealing to the victim's ego and vanity, the manipulator seeks to build rapport, establish trust, and manipulate their emotions. Fearmongering. Fearmongering involves creating or exaggerating fear to manipulate someone's actions, beliefs, or perceptions. Manipulators may use tactics such as spreading rumors, exaggerating threats, or fabricating dangers to instill fear and gain compliance from their victims. Fearmongering can be used to control behavior, suppress dissent, or justify authoritarian measures. Projection. Projection involves attributing one's own thoughts, feelings, or motivations to others as a means of avoiding accountability or deflecting criticism. Manipulators may project their insecurities, faults, or negative traits onto others to shift blame, discredit their accusers, or manipulate perceptions. Projection allows manipulators to avoid introspection and maintain a positive self-image at the expense of others. Selective memory. Selective memory involves distorting or selectively recalling past events to manipulate someone's perception of reality. Manipulators may selectively remember or forget certain details, events, or conversations to suit their narrative or agenda. By manipulating the victim's memory or understanding of past events, the manipulator seeks to control their interpretation of reality and assert dominance. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is a tactic used to maintain control over a group by creating division, conflict, or competition between its members. Manipulators may use tactics such as spreading rumors, pitting individuals against each other, or exploiting existing tensions to undermine solidarity and assert dominance. Divide and conquer can weaken group cohesion, erode trust, and make it easier for the manipulator to exert control over individual members. Intimidation. Intimidation involves using threats, aggression, or coercion to manipulate someone into compliance or submission. Manipulators may use tactics such as physical violence, verbal abuse, or menacing behavior to instill fear and gain control over their victims. Intimidation can be used to silence dissent, enforce obedience, or exert dominance over others. Scapegoating. Scapegoating involves blaming a specific person or group for problems, failures, or issues to divert attention from the real cause or perpetrator. Manipulators may scapegoat individuals or minorities to deflect criticism, rally support, or justify discriminatory policies. Scapegoating can be used to manipulate public opinion, reinforce stereotypes, or scapegoat individuals for the manipulator's own shortcomings. Minimization. Minimization involves downplaying the significance of someone's feelings, experiences, or concerns to invalidate them or avoid addressing underlying issues. Manipulators may dismiss or trivialize the victim's emotions, experiences, or achievements to undermine their confidence or self-worth. Minimization can be used to manipulate perceptions, maintain control, or avoid accountability for the manipulator's actions. Emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail involves manipulating someone by threatening to withhold love, approval, or support unless they comply with the manipulator's demands or expectations. Manipulators may use tactics such as guilt-tripping, manipulation of emotions, or threats of abandonment to coerce their victims into submission. Emotional blackmail can be used to control behavior, manipulate emotions, or maintain power and control over others. Hoovering. Hoovering is a tactic used by manipulators to re-engage or manipulate someone who has distanced themselves or ended the relationship. Manipulators may use tactics such as love bombing, promises of change, or threats of self-harm to lure the victim back into the relationship or maintain control over them. Hoovering can be used to exploit the victim's vulnerability, maintain power and control, or prevent them from moving on.